The Last Lantern. In a forgotten village surrounded by dark forests and cold mountains, the people lived in fear of a monster called Vargoth. Every full moon, the beast descended from the mountains, destroying homes and terrifying everyone in its path. Its roar echoed through the valley like thunder, and even the bravest guards refused to face it alone. Among the villagers lived a young hunter named Kael. He was small, poor, and often mocked by others. His clothes were worn, his bow was old, and many believed he would never become a real warrior. Whenever Kael spoke about defeating Vargoth, the villagers laughed loudly. "You can barely hunt deer," one man joked. "You'll become the monster's dinner," another shouted. But Kael ignored their insults. Every morning before sunrise, he trained alone in the forest. He practiced shooting arrows, climbing rocks, and studying the mountains where the beast lived. Over time, he discovered something important. Vargoth feared bright fire. One cold winter night, the full moon appeared again. The ground trembled. Vargoth returned. The giant creature stormed into the village, smashing houses and scattering villagers in every direction. Flames spread quickly while people screamed in terror. The village guards attacked together, but their swords could not pierce the monster's thick skin. One by one, they fell. As fear consumed the village, Kael stepped forward carrying only his bow, 3 arrows, and a lantern hanging from his belt. The villagers stared at him in disbelief. Without speaking, Kael walked toward the mountains, leading the monster away from the village. Furious, Vargoth chased him into a narrow canyon surrounded by steep cliffs. Kael had prepared the trap days earlier. Above the canyon, large barrels filled with oil were tied with thick ropes. As Vargoth charged closer, Kael placed the lantern on the ground and fired his first arrow at it. The lantern exploded, spreading fire across the canyon floor. The beast roared in pain. Kael quickly fired his second arrow, cutting the ropes above. The heavy barrels crashed onto Vargoth, covering the creature in burning oil and rocks. For a moment, everything became silent. Then the monster rose again. Burning and furious, Vargoth climbed toward Kael with terrifying speed. Kael stepped backward, gripping his final arrow tightly. His hands trembled, but he remembered the villagers hiding behind him. As the beast leaped through the flames, Kael aimed carefully and released the final arrow. The arrow pierced Vargoth's glowing eye. The monster gave one final roar before collapsing into the burning canyon forever. When the villagers arrived, they could hardly believe what they saw. The hunter they mocked had saved them all. The village elder bowed before Kael with tears in his eyes. "True courage," he said softly, "comes from the heart, not from strength." From that day forward, Kael was no longer the boy everyone laughed at. Children gathered around the canyon for years afterward, listening to stories about the lonely hunter who proved that determination and bravery could defeat even the darkest monsters. Moral lesson: never judge people by their appearance or by how others treat them. True strength is built through practice, patience, wisdom, and determination. Even the most underestimated person can become a hero when courage meets persistence.